The Financial Survival Network, helping you survive and thrive in the new economy. Go to CarrieLutz.com and sign up for 30 free micro trainings on financial survival.
1490 WGCH. This is Carrie Lutz. You're listening to the Financial Survival Network, and it's time for another Triple Lutz report. There's this expression called going galt, and it's taken from Ayn Rand's book from the 50s, Atlas Shrugged, where basically it was somewhat prophetic. Liberalism, socialism, collectivism is basically a war upon those who produce, whether it's companies, whether it's individuals, doesn't matter. If you're a producer, you're an enemy and you need to be eliminated. But they don't really want to eliminate you. They want to keep torturing you, making you pay exorbitant tax bills and forcing you to keep the corrupt system going. And finally, what happens to productive people is they say, enough is enough. It's time to go. And that's called going galt, because in the book, there was a haven for those productive people called Galt's Gulch. And when they had enough of being abused by the bureaucracy, being extorted, being threatened, and generally just disrespected, they would go galt and they'd leave and go to Galt's Gulch. So here we have a former state senator from Illinois. Now, not the best example, but sounds like he has a point here. Former state senator and Republican Cook County Board president candidate Roger Keats and his wife, Tina, left Illinois to live in Texas. Now, you know what's coming, don't you? They bid farewell to their Illinois friends in a Wilmette Beacon article with this letter saying they're voting with their feet and their wallets. Goodbye and good luck. As we leave Illinois for good, I wanted to say goodbye to my friends and wish all of you well. I am a lifelong son of the heartland and proud of it. After 60 years, I leave Illinois with a heavy heart. But enough is enough. The leaders of Illinois refuse to see we can't continue going in the direction we are and expect people who have options to stay here. I remember when Illinois had 25 congressmen. In 2012, we will have 18. Compared to the rest of the country, we have lost 1/4 of our population. Don't blame the weather, because I love 4 seasons. Illinois just sold still more bonds, and our credit rating is so bad we pay higher interest rates than junk bonds. Junk bonds. Illinois is rated 50th for fiscal policy, 47th in job creation, first in unfunded pension liabilities, second largest deficit, first in failing schools, first in bonded indebtedness, highest sales tax in the nation, most judges indicted, operations Gaylord and Gambat. You know what they say about an honest judge in Chicago or Illinois? He's one who's fixed and stays fixed. 5 of our last 9 elected governors have been indicted. That is more than the other 49 states added together, and that's pretty good when you can beat Louisiana at its own game. Then add 32 Chicago aldermen, and according to the Chicago Tribune, over 1,000 state and municipal employees indicted. The corruption tax is a real cost of doing business here. We are the butt of jokes for stand-up comics, except for the other 49 states. We live in the most corrupt big city, in the most corrupt big county, in the most corrupt state, in the most corrupt country, America. I added corrupt country. I am sick and tired of subsidizing crooks. A day rarely passes without an article about the corruption and incompetence. Chicago even got caught rigging the test to hire police and fire. Our Crook County corporate property tax system is intentionally corrupt. The Democrat state chairman, who is also the Speaker of the Illinois House, Speaker Mike Madigan, and the most senior alderman in Chicago each make well over $1 million a year putting the fix in for their clients' tax assessments. We are moving to Texas where there is no income tax, while Illinois just went up 67%. Texas sales tax is half of ours, which is the highest in the nation. Southern states are supportive of job producers, taxpayers, and folks who offer opportunities to their residents. Illinois shakes them down for every penny that can be extorted from them. In the hill country of Texas, near Austin and San Antonio, we bought a gracious home on almost 2 acres with a swimming pool. It is new and will cost us around 40% of what our home in Wilmette just sold for, and the property taxes are 1/3 of what they are here. Cook County's property tax system is a disaster. Wilmette homes near ours sell for 50% more, and their property taxes are 1/2 of ours. Our assessed home value was 50% higher than the sales price. The system is unfair and incompetent. Our home value is down 40%. Our property taxes are up 20%. And our local schools have still another referendum on the ballot to increase taxes over 20% in 1 year. I could go on, but enough is enough. I feel as if we are standing on the deck of the Titanic, and I can see the icebergs right in front of us. I will miss our friends a great deal. I have called Illinois home for essentially my entire life, but it is time to go where there is honest, competent, and cost-effective government. We have chosen to vote with our feet and our wallets. My best to all of you, and good luck. Well, you could substitute New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, California, any number of states that are completely corrupt. Their tax systems are out of hand. They are soaking their rich to the point where their rich are just saying enough is enough. In New York City, there are 10,000 families that pay the majority of the income tax. What happens when those 10,000 people say enough is enough and they move to Florida? In New York State, it's around 100,000 families who are paying the bulk of the state's income tax. What happens when they say enough is enough? This is going to be a trend. It is a trend. It's going to continue, and it's going to get worse and worse for these northeastern old line industrial unionized states. What this gentleman fails to discuss is the corrupt influence of unions on the entire process. Free lifetime health benefits paid by taxpayers, bloated pensions, 6-figure pensions for people who don't produce anything. All most government employees do is give their fellow citizens grief. Until this stops, states like Illinois, it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to continue. These states are going to collapse, and it's that simple. Until there's enlightened leadership that is willing to take on the unions like Scott Walker did in Wisconsin and banish them, stop mandatory dues withholding, otherwise known as the dues checkoff, and really minimize the number of government intrusions into the average person's life. Till these measures are done, places like Illinois are cooked. And people like this gentleman, who obviously is a producer, are going to vote with their feet and their wallets. It's Kerry Lutz, been another Triple Lutz Report, signing off.